Welcome to Adobe CS4 Flash Training, and what we're going to be talking about today is a little bit about the interface and how it looks and some major changes that came in from the previous version, CS3. Well, if there are any CS3 users in the audience, first thing you'll notice is that the Properties window has been moved from the bottom to the side as we see it here. And the timeline is down at the bottom at this point, but if you prefer having the timeline up at the top, one of the nice things about this is that we can move the timeline into any area. As you can see now, it's right up on top. I'll just collapse this motion editor. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. But as you can see, this is the more familiar interface with the timeline up on top. However, if you're new to Flash and you're very comfortable working with the timeline scenario or setup as it is here, you can feel free to continue to work with it down at the bottom. Either way, doesn't really matter. Here we have the Properties window, and as you can see, the Properties window gives us information about this particular Flash file, including how big the file is. In this case, we can see that it is composed of a canvas size of 550 times 400 pixels, and you can edit that canvas size. You can also change the stage's background color. The other information here in terms of publishing is really important if you are doing some more advanced Flash work, but at the moment we're not really going to be concerned with that. There is a library tab, which allows us to access any files that we would have in the library, and we'll learn more about the library a little bit later. And there is the toolbars that we have here. You'll notice that if you move these objects just by positioning them where the line separation is, you'll see that there is a cursor that shows two arrows back and forth, left and right, and you can choose to have a single column or a double column, whichever one you prefer and whichever one seems to suit your needs. For saving space, you can just do something along these lines. You can also collapse these files, as you can see here, and we can even push this a little bit further as well. And what that allows us to do is get used to these icons, the tool icon, the property window icon, and the library icon. And here is our stage, and if you want to reposition this stage, there's a number of ways that you can do that. There is also the magnification, as you can see here. We can say fit in window, but the easiest shortcut that I can give you, the first one at least, is pressing the space bar, and that'll turn your cursor into a hand, and then we'll be able to move around our objects. Let me just say show frame, and then you can see how this is easily moved around. We can also go to 100% if we wish and move that around as well. And you can also collapse and sort of minimize some of the other windows that we have available here. So these are just some basics about our Flash interface, and we're going to talk a little bit more about some of the things that we can do with Flash.